Let's fucking go, guys. We're live. We're fucking live. Can you believe it? Alrighty. Fuck me, cunt. Let's move this a little bit. I don't know what I feel like doing today. Maybe we read some Reddit and then we'll see how we go. That sounds fantastic. Mama, ate it all the time. It's alright. Because I'm thinking about you. Still by my side. Oh, yeah, Bam, badam, bap, 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 bap. Alright. Let me turn this music off so I can actually focus. I think I'll never find someone. Brother, oh, what the fuck do you mean by that? LeMayo? Brother, what are you saying? Deep thoughts. Let's find one more. Interesting. Personal finance. We're definitely not getting into that on this live stream. How could I make $2,000 this summer? I've turned 15. Get a job. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. That's a good one. I think I'll never find someone, and I'm trying to accept it. I feel like I'm destined never to fall in love and have kids. I'm pushing mid-30s right now, and I've never felt connection to anyone, and I've been rejected many times. I've decided to just give up and grow up to be the lonely, kind old man in the apartment complex that people wave hi to. What? Alright. It's crazy how there are so many variables that need to align. The OP is Markman. Whoops. In order to find someone, best you can do is align them at one at a time and hope for the best. I mean, I agree with the last part. The variables, like, it's not beneficial for you to think that way, right? Like, it might be mostly true, but it doesn't benefit you. I adopt frames, I should say this. I don't adopt frames that weaken my possibilities of the outcome I'm trying to achieve. Where, like, why would I believe that depression is a possibility for me if I know that existing in that framework would limit me and hinder the progress I have or can make? Talking to 100 women and seeing who's interested would help. The odds are likely someone else can match up, but you have to find them, and people are just giving up and watching Netflix when they could have a partner. 100%. Lol, God forbid, what would be left of your heart after talking to 100 women? This is an interesting thread. I like this. Yeah, no one said fall in love with 100 women. That piece of advice is actually great. Agreed. I used to live in university dorm, 200 something people and a strong community. If you are pretty much forced to meet new people all day, every day, even for a weirdo like me, it's inevitable to meet someone that like me. It's all about a numbers game. 100%. How the fuck does that get down? Multiple downvotes. That has 2 downvotes. Are women trying to talk to 100 men? The numbers game approach distorts the dating market, particularly for men, with the average woman having more than a lifetime supply of eager men. More often than not, we talk to people with expectations, and expectations lead to disappointment. Excessive disappointment could lead to apathy or reduced self-esteem / confidence. This is so interesting. Like, this is the operative framework of most people, is the way that this person is speaking. And I know the way this person thinks because of the language they use and the way that they describe their outlook on life, right? The only difference that I have to this person is that my outlook and the way that people are and the way things react and the way I react is different. And thus I have a different life because I look at life differently. If it were a reasonable approach, trust me, more women would be doing it. I don't really understand what you're trying to say here. Women generally get approached. I'm talking from a man's perspective. If you're a man and expect to get approached, you're going to have a bad time. Yes, it does happen, and that a friend of a friend's cousin does it too. I get it, but most women don't. If you want to be successful in life, you need to stop living in a fantasy and accept reality. But I still don't get what you wanted to say. I'm saying the problem starts from the fact that women wait to be approached and men do the approaching. Excuse the power dynamics from the go. Reality changes. We shouldn't stick to social dynamics that were formed in the Stone Ages. I mean, that first part is factually true, yes. I don't agree with the second part. While I do think that this isn't a learned / social behavior, but instead possibly rooted at least partly in biology, that doesn't even matter. Even if we could change it, it's not going to change in the next years. Social change of that magnitude, assuming it's even possible to begin with, takes decades or generations. 100%. So I maintain my position. If you want to be successful, you need to accept reality. Either stay solo in an attempt to change society or adapt to reality and start approaching. Thank you. Personally, I learned that it doesn't really matter that much. I'd learned ditching the self-pitying social anxiety shtick and be more social anyway. So having the chance to meet many new people really helped me grow as a person. Eventually even started to work in a position that really requires you to be sociable and good with people, which worked great. My career and personal life really benefited from accepting reality and adapting to it. That's why I recommend it to anyone who's having the same troubles. I don't know what the fuck just happened to my brain. It can get better, but you're going to move out of your comfort zone for things to change. Can't expect the world to change around you so that you don't have to. Fair. I believe women do make some sort of move if they like you, and that has a way higher success rate as they control the progression of things either way. False. I love trial and error, but definitely not when it comes to human interaction. If it's meant to be, it will be. I mean, women do absolutely give signals, which are moves in and of itself, but you have to be able to read them, which requires some trial and error to learn. Thank you. They don't solely control progression, though, since you're expected to approach. You control as much as women do. The only difference is, if you're approaching, you're obviously interested. Yes, that's what I said in my last fucking video. You need to understand that. While she may not be, so it looks like she has the power to control things, but that's an illusion. You're going to realize that once you've met women you're not interested in while they are interested in you. Thank you. What people don't realize don't invest in things you don't give a shit about. Thus, if you are interacting with another person, likely there for some with some motive. The reason interactions with women turn awkward most of the time is because someone is hiding something, or both. The fact of why you approached, what you want from the other person, etc. Trust me, you will. You are interested in giving them the offer to spend time with you, and you welcome them to that. Left. Comment. Let's go. W. Ownage Crumble is a beast. Alright. Oh, actually, we could go back there. I'm picking my nose. LeMayo. How do we go back? I don't know why to open that. How the fuck did someone down... what is happening, brother? Take me to the original post. These fucking Reddit comments are so sad. I think it's important to remember that a lot of people are unhappily partnered. Why is that important to remember? By and large, men don't get beaten by their partners who insist they love them. This may be a very important factor in the crisis of male loneliness. What? I don't disagree that there can be some horrible toxic people that can severely mistreat and traumatize people in relationships. I'm just speaking to tone deaf. I'm just speaking to how tone deaf it can be when someone experiencing severe low self-esteem / depression over their relationship status is told they're lucky. You sound like an awful person. It really does. This is like telling an orphan that some parents are abusive. Let's say your fears are justified and you're going to be single for the rest of your life. It's actually a good frame to play into if you're worried about that reality. Like, can you deal with that? That doesn't have to be a bleak, meaningless experience. I thought it was sterile for most of my life. It drove me to try and be a bigger part of the lives of the children. Reading Reddit comments. Reading Reddits. We're changing the title of the stream. I thought it was sterile for most of my life. It drove me to try and be a bigger part of the lives of the children in my family's social circle. Parents are important, but so is someone you can go to when you made a mistake and you need advice on how to tell your folks, or the uncle who shows up to all your hockey games. Your genes aren't important. There's nothing special about them, and the world will be just fine if they die with you. Your genes are important, 1. There is something special about them, 2, because they're unique, and 3, the world will die. I mean, the world will be just fine if you die. The world doesn't give a fuck. So, the two parts of that are wrong, but then the bleak one, which is the ending, is true. But that's because they aren't you. There's a small part, but you are also the sum total of your experiences. No, you are what you make of the experiences you have. Primarily true, and I agree with this. I play into absurdism and existentialism a lot. However, I disagree with, let's go, not in the part about genes, but the fact that you are not the total sum of experiences you have, rather what you make of those experiences is who you are, and thus you can change based on experiences you have already had, and decide to change the way you view them later. How do I word this? Because there's a part of me that wants to disagree with you are your hopes, your fears, your talents, and your flaws. I disagree with that because... Why do I disagree? Let me think. I actually need to think. And similarly, you are not your experiences. Outlooks. I really like what I just wrote. So I'm going to post it, pussies. Alright, what are we posting? You are not the total sum of experiences you have, rather what you make of those experiences is who you are. And thus you can change based on experiences you've already had and decide to change the way you view them later. That's a tweet. Whoops. You are not the total sum of experiences you have, rather what you make of those experiences is who you are, and thus you can change based on experiences you have already had and decide to change the way you view them later. Correct? Wrong one. And similarly, you are not your outlooks. Comment. Something that experiences you experience, an observer of your feelings, thoughts, and that is who you are. You are not your name, you are not your anxiety, you are not your talents. You are the being that decides or decided to experience those things. Well, even deeper, it's like maybe not even that's true. You are the being that decided to experience those things that way. How do I fucking edit? Bitch, I paid. Let me edit. Man, what the fuck, man? You can't edit? What? What do you mean by that? Oops. We don't have any responses. That's fine. Alright. Y'all are humans. It's in our nature to want, but today's world doesn't make it easy at times. If you don't start lifting some weights, you'll appreciate yourself. If you don't, start lifting some weights. Yeah. Not bad advice. I agree. It's tough these days to find love because it's never easy, really. It's never easy to really get to know someone's true personality. And even if you do, they might not be the right match for you. But don't give up. If you're struggling to find someone in real life, you might want to give online dating a shot to broaden your horizons and increase your chances. Why not? You could check out Facebook groups or apps, for instance. I recently came across a useful app called LightUp. Make real friends. It connects you with people who resonate with you using AI. You share stuff in the app, suggest folks who have similar interests and are looking to connect based on your posts. I've met a bunch of like-minded people and formed some really meaningful connections through it. It's a great way to meet and get to know people before meeting them in person. Sure, why not? Like, look, I think there's a time and place to try everything. And if you can fit it into your schedule and it seems like an appropriate thing to give a go, why wouldn't you? You only lose in situations where you think you want to try something and then you don't. Like, you can't lose by trying. The only thing you lose, let's say not lose because it's a cost that you're making. You're choosing to spend time. You're given time, right? Whatever you believe in, God, creator, anything, the experiencer of you, your being, has the ability to experience through time. Like, time is something that, hello, whoever joined, welcome. Time is something that you're given, and the way you spend your time, because we don't have infinite time, is you, and up to you, and it changes, right? I used to experience my time differently to the way I do now. And the only difference is that I think about the experiences I have differently. That's all that changed. I just changed the outlook, the perception, and the feelings and affinity I have towards the experience itself. Where someone might think of their experience in life as horrible and terrifying. And sure, maybe some of the experiences and experience, two different things. Observer of experience, two separate things. Maybe you have a horrible experience where you have abusive parents or abusive partners. Like, no one discounts that that's fucking horrible. It is. It is absolutely horrible. But when you get out of it, it is your choice to let it haunt you. It is your choice to let it affect you in the way that it does, right? Because someone who has an abusive relationship and comes out of it thinks one way, and there is another person who has a similar experience. Like, on paper it's the same thing, abusive partner, but they have a different outcome and a different outlook. And that is your decision, and it's whether what outcome you're looking to get, and then comparing yourself between those two versions. This is who you are, this is who you want to be. What's the difference? I want to be the version that can forgive this person. Forgiveness is not telling someone that what they did is okay, especially in the case of an abusive partner. That is never okay. But it's forgiving them in saying that I'm not letting this control me anymore, because you give your power away to something. Let's, like, in this case, you give your power away to this person, and your feelings are affected by them when they don't even technically exist in your experience anymore. So that's a choice that you have. I never will either. I'm still going to date because maybe I will, but I realize I'm very unlikely to find anyone. My life has always sucked no matter everything I've done to change it. So that's how. Don't look down. Sometimes it's hard to admit that when nothing changes outside then you must change inside first. You cannot affect the world other than by influencing it. Thus, if your influence currently isn't strong enough, you must change. And change only occurs when possible. I don't know you, and I may never know you. But what I do know is that you can change. Only as long as you want to. Comment! Boom, bitch. Boom, bitch. Alright, we're in. Why do people join and not say anything? Fucking weirdos. Alright. Someone unsubscribed. What? Nah, that's fine. Who is watching right now? Say hi, please. For the love of God. Alright. Let's read a couple more. Actually, I'm going to refresh this. See if anyone's responded. Not yet. Alright, when I was a teenager in the 1980s, it was possible to start a family in a couple minimum wage jobs. It was tough, but you could keep a roof over your head and food on the table. The 80s are also when Reaganomics started to take hold. After Reaganomics, we got Clinton and his third way nonsense. Ever since then, we've been getting the same economic policies from both political parties. The Democrats just offer a slightly less extreme version of the same thing. I don't even know what that means. One effect of this is that we have had 4 decades of massive wealth redistribution. Tiny number of wealthy people got wealthier while the number of poor has increased. That's primarily true. A recent study found that one needs about $106 per year to have a reasonable life in a single family home. I'm assuming that's $106,000. The median income is about 35, with a median household income about twice that. This means a majority of the population cannot live comfortably in a single family home. Young people are more affected by this than people my age, many of whom bought houses before the housing market went insane. This is fucking boring. The only way you're going to change this is by convincing billionaires to live with slightly less wealth. And that is never going to happen. That isn't true at all. So we should resign ourselves to shrinking populations. Maybe when the population shrinks enough to affect the bank account of billionaires, things will change. Probably not. First, you got to be a asshole, but not to her. What does that fucking mean? This is... What? Lol? Interesting. Hello, concurrent viewer. I think I'm done with this thread, to be honest. No one's responded yet. Oh, good. Alright, it's insane how sex is seen as nasty to so many people. I see Why is this page so fucking shit looking? I see many people who seem to think sex is some degenerate activity, and people, men in particular, are nasty for wanting sex. I don't know how this happened where something so basic and fundamental to human existence is seen as a nasty activity, and the desire for sex is seen as shallow. It's baffling honesty. Maybe Christianity has reached so deep into the West psyche that we believe we are not animals, and that these animalistic desires should be shunned and hidden. It's a big complaint that women have, not all but few, that men only want sex. For one, this isn't true, but if it was, why not ask why that is? Why is it that men seem to be more interested in sex with you than socializing with you or hanging out somewhere? The immediate conclusion made often times is that men just suck or men are shallow. But like many other behavioral phenomena exhibited by humans, it's likely deeper than that. I'll bite, as I don't necessarily see it as nasty, but growing up Catholic does give you a certain fear of it. Fair. Which I didn't share with my Catholic peers, as I straight up had very little interest. I didn't really see a problem with it, but nor was I really going out of my way to seek it. I identify on the asexual spectrum. What? Yo, how are we? Vahana, how's it going? Lovely to have you here. Hello, I'm going to adjust my camera because to me it looks wrong, but I can't actually tell. There we go. How's it going? Am I up to date? Let me check. Oh, I am. Alright, we're pretty much zero latency, which is fucking wonderful. I'm doing excellent. I got my coffee. I got my pug mug. I don't want to spill this. Pug mug changes color. Life's good. We're reacting to some Reddits. What are you up to? Where are you from? I'd love to learn about you. We're learning about sex currently, or how sex is seen as nasty to a lot of people. I'm gonna wait for your response though before we continue. Let's have a chat. Actually, I'm gonna keep this close. But no, I think that's fine. Have you left? No. God, I love coffee. Vahana is gone. They will be back. Oh, you're not gone. I'm from England, unfortunately, but I don't have an accent, thankfully. What's wrong with the English accent? I love English people. They're not... The two people that I don't like are French. French people are cunts. And Spanish people are just, like, annoying. I don't know. I asked, just tell me about you. I'd love to learn about you. What do you do? I'm from Australia. I'm a pink polo man. I wear my pink polo in every video. I help people gain different perspectives on life. And yeah, every Friday we do a stream. Currently I'm trying to upload more often than I do. And I guess the only goal I have here is to have fun and, you know, help people have another perspective on the way that people think. Like, I share the way I think, and if something works for you, or you think, hey, that'd be cool to try, give it a go. It doesn't work, awesome. But I'm always happy. I like when people come into my stream and they confront me on the way that I think and the things that I think, which is why I like going on Reddit or watching YouTube videos on the way that people think. And yeah, just have a good old time. A good old time. Pretty much. That's me. That's me. But tell me about you. I'd love to get to know you, Vahana. Have you watched any of my videos, or is this the first one? put some a little bit of music. I can't share the music, unfortunately. Okay. Just checking that I'm not lagging. We aren't lagging. Perfect. Perfection. Awesome. Well, check out some of the other vids. I uploaded an actual video this week. Finally, it's been like 2 months. And yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know where I want to take this channel. I don't really like. I don't need to make money or anything like that. I just wanted to share, and if people find it useful, that's cool. Are you young? There's nothing wrong with sitting at home, I guess. Unless you want to be doing something else, then you should be. And that's what we get into. Like, why are you not doing something else when, like, being caught in the, I want to do something else, and then not doing it. That's what I like. Or not what I like, that's what I help people with. So I help all my friends as much as I can. I used to be depressed. I'm not depressed anymore. I never went to therapy. I don't think you need therapy. I actually don't recommend therapy. That is young, yes. That's fine. Are you on school holidays? It's holidays in England, right? Or is it not yet? I think we have 1 more week of holidays in Australia. And then everyone's gone back to school. You got a lot to learn. I have a lot to learn still, to be honest. Maybe we shouldn't read this page then. August? What the fuck? How long's that? You get like 2 months off? '21st. That's a Saturday. Oh, no, wait, that's September. Oh, wait, I'm retarded. I'm actually stupid. That's crazy. We get... How long's your holidays? We get 6 weeks. Well, not me. I'm not in school anymore, but... We get 6 weeks off at the end of the year. Because we're like... We're pretty much the opposite to you guys. It's weird. I don't want to read this. Oh, did we get a response? No, we didn't. Damn it. You get 3 months? That's wrong. What? I wish. Hang on. Alright. Yeah, that's wild. What time is it? Isn't it like 4 in the morning? Oh no. It'd be midnight for you, right? You're 15 hours. That's crazy. Wait, is that 15? $12. It's 2. Yeah, 15 hours. That's wild. It's 2 p.m. here. Crazy. I need water. Luckily, I have some. Prepared. How was your July 4th? It tells me there's no one watching the stream, but you're here. I don't know what's happening. YouTube sucks. That's in the sound. Still? Does that just happen for like hours? I've never been to America. I really want to go. I might be going like later this year. One of my best friend is in America right now. That would be annoying. What the fuck? I'd hate that. Are you trying to sleep? What the fuck? Yeah, I guess. If you're drunk, if you're drunk and you have fireworks, some crazy shit's gonna happen. We already know that. I mean, crazy shit happens without either of those things, but you can't even tell though if like it's a firework or a gunshot. Nah, I don't even know. I've never actually heard. Actually, I have heard a gunshot before, but like, I can count on one hand how many times I've heard gunshots. Yeah, bro. We don't have. I haven't shot a gun actually, ever. I don't know how culturally ingrained that is in America. Is that like a thing you do when you turn 5 or? Damn. You're 15. You're 15 and you could probably kill me. I mean, yes. That's crazy. I don't know what I just said, but I said it, I guess. Let's read. Let's do a little bit of reading. You can get an insight into my awesome brain. I have trouble making I have trouble making connections, friends, and it makes me feel like I'm worthless and nothing to offer. Maybe I'll ask, does this resonate at all with you? Or you're a social popular legend in school? Because I've had a lot of people come to me. There's one kid, he was 15 or is 15, and he messaged me. One of my videos is titled, what is it? Why do I feel hated for being who I am? That's something. Yeah, good. That's something that he asked me, and so I made a video for him. I think that's a pretty good video. Definitely give that one a watch if you want. And what am I doing? My brain has just turned off. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, he approached me, asking me. And I hope it helped. I have a few people that come in a few times into the streams and ask me things. And yeah, that's kind of it. Like I said, I give a different perspective. If it works, cool. Doesn't, no worries. So let's read this, and then you can dispute, because I understand, or from my perspective, I can't grow if someone doesn't disagree. You can't grow in like comfortable or easy situations because you don't need to. That's why stress is a really good thing. And like all these negative emotions like anxiety and feeling nervous and being awkward and being depressed. Those are all good things. Your brain brings about those situations on purpose. You wouldn't be awkward about a situation unless you thought you should be, right? And so understanding why you're awkward about a situation can help you release that tension. Or you can just release the tension around awkwardness itself, which is what I prefer because it gives longevity in every situation. Where I don't have a negative relationship with what awkwardness is, because feeling awkward is fine. Everyone feels awkwardness, everyone feels nervousness. Sometimes people are depressed, sometimes fucked up shit happens, right? And discounting the way you feel doesn't help. I do find myself boring. Doesn't matter how many hobbies I have. A few years ago, I had 5 to 6 hobbies, whereas now I'm active in one local community and that's it. It didn't make me more boring moving on without these, because in my opinion, it's about my personality. The fuck? I just blew a bubble. What is happening? I'm really reserved and quiet most of the time. Having fun with me is nearly impossible when there's no planned activity that is fun itself. Though I do like deep talk, I can't articulate and express myself in real life, which is no problem while texting, and thus my conversations are rather superficial. They don't hold for long and the other person gets bored easily. I do ask multiple questions to many things they say, which keeps them talking, but as soon as the question is over, I again don't know how to really respond most of the time. I used to be exactly the same as this. It's weird reading this. This leads me to asking more and more questions to keep up anything which is tiring for the other person and not enjoyable anymore. I don't know what to do really, because I don't want to be dependent on planning stuff all the time, only to spend some hours with another. I try improving my expressing, but it's damn hard. Yeah. And additionally, I never find someone to sympathize with. We're too different, not the problem itself, which for me is pretty interesting to get to know, but it's more like reading an autobiographic book rather than having a conversation and spending time in reciprocity, if one can say so. This person can articulate themselves very well. Very good English. I'm not sure if it's understandable or not. I just simply can't connect to people. No regards of spended time. Never mind. Conversations. First, you're not alone. A great portion of people would have similar challenges for a whole range of different reasons, from introvert to autism. How can you compare being an introvert and autism? They are two completely different things. The ones who are seemingly socially adept make a whole lot of noise. It can be quite intimidating. That's one of the reasons alcohol is widely used in social settings. Try not to let shiny people in serious films or on social media be your role models. 100%. If you can find your passion in life and develop skills around that, it will help you build self-esteem and weight as you go around in the world, to give you something to talk about too. Though your interests maybe we write something. I guess I have one question. Like, what changes are you looking to make? What changes do you think are required to become the person you see? No. What changes do you think are required to become the person you want to? Whatever your answers are to those questions. I used to be the exact same. When I was in a conversation with another person, all I would think about is I always was under the impression that those were the problems themselves, when in reality they are not problems, but rather they were a symptom of a deeper emotional disparity. When you imagine yourself as who you are now, and then compare that to who you want to become, in that frame, think of the things you must do, achieve, things you must let go of. Are you still here? Vahana? Hello. It is possible to change as long as you believe you can. I believe you can. You can do it. Let's go. W. Any responses? I love reading responses live because they're often hilarious. I've struggled with feeling invisible in social settings my whole life. I'm 50. Two things help me: realizing I only need to connect with one person. Not everyone has to be my friend or even notice me. I'd take it a step further. No one notices you unless you stand there and make yourself noticeable. Like, you're invisible. If you walk down the street, no one cares, bro. No one cares. Tell me the last, and don't even think of it in the eyes of other people. Think of it in your eyes. When did you last walk down the street and ever notice any of the people there and then thought about them, like, even 10 minutes later? You don't even care. Just, stop. If there's anything I can tell you that immediately changes your perspective, is don't think of it in the eyes of other people, because you cannot. You don't ever really know the way other people think, and the information you're actually looking for is already given to you by yourself. So everyone who is worried about people watching them and judging them, those things are true. Yes, people watch you, people judge you all the time, no matter what. You can't stop that. You have to be okay with that. If you're not okay with that, that's a problem you can deal with. But when did you last remember anyone? This is the reason I wear this pink shirt, is because you may not remember me. You may remember me for my shitty ideas, but if I wear this pink shirt, eventually everyone will think of, oh, the pink shirt guy, right? I wear the polo everywhere. In all of my videos, I wear my polo. And it has nothing to do with that. My only purpose, you don't need to remember me, my face, my voice. As long as my message sticks and helps you change and helps you become who you want to be, then my message was successful. I don't need to make money. I don't need you to respond. I didn't even ever need to speak to most of the people that watch my videos, because I probably won't. I won't even meet most of them. But like I said, as long as it helps, and it helps one person, if one of my videos helps one person, it was all worth it. All of it. Sorry, I went on a rant. Not everyone has to be a friend or even notice me. 2, I had to master small talk skills to move up in my career. Sure, can still be exhausting. I don't think you need to master small talk. Most people don't like small talk, and that in itself is a good conversation starter, just saying that. And then, uh, like, I don't like small talk. Why not? There you go. It still can be exhausting. It is. I despise small talk. Basically, I adopt a persona. Terrible idea. That's very tiring. Never advise that. Always be yourself. And like the thing is that when by being yourself, you're risking the. I hate small talk. It's so bad. It's boring. It's like, I want to know what's going on with you actually in your life, right? And how you feel about the things that are happening. That's what I want to know. That's. I changed all my friends. All my old friends are great people, but I never really got those conversations that I required. And I couldn't be personal with them. I couldn't tell them how I was doing. I couldn't, they wouldn't release any information about how they were doing. And it's tiring, bro. Like, I just want to know who you are. I want to be there for you. And I can't be there for you if you're not there for yourself. So I changed a lot of my friends. Again, they're great people. 100%. Really good people. What was I think I was reading. I adopt a persona. Almost like playing a character when I have to navigate stressful social situations. Good luck, there's nothing wrong with you. That is true, there is nothing wrong with you. And I think that's a big misconception, is that people who are depressed think there's something wrong with them when your brain brings about depression on purpose. It is the displeasant feeling of your brain disagreeing with the situation you're in. There's nothing wrong with it, but in framing it as wrong, you cascade and like you feel stuck because, being depressed is wrong, so that makes me more depressed, right? There's nothing wrong with being depressed, but if you think there is, there is. But entertain for a second the possibility that that isn't true, and then go back to being depressed if you want to. Like, that's fine, go for it. So 50 persona terrible. There is nothing wrong with you. Do also, yes, here we go. Do also entertain the idea that you may not have met the kind of people who will appreciate your obviously kind and interesting personality. Yes. You don't even need to entertain that idea. That is true. That is the reality, because like you don't have the friends you want, you just haven't met them yet. And how do you meet more people? You go and talk to them. That's it, man. Sometimes we're in an ocean of dead fish and it's not our fault. I had a change of environment, and now I have more company than I can keep up with. While previously I felt so alone, it almost seemed conspirational. Also, see if you can join a film club. I swear to God, we can't shut up. Pretty good advice. Well said. All of this is so true. Have your hobbies so far been? I found it fulfilling. I think you need to meet outgoing friends and not say no. What's wrong with saying no? In all honesty, you seem like a cool guy. Being quiet and reserved is a quality I wish a lot more people had. The deep thinking thing rings true for me as well. I can be a very deep thinker, but have trouble sometimes responding in real time. That's fine. What's wrong with that? But in my case, I get to a point where I just decide, well, I'm done talking about deep things. Certainly is hot out, isn't it? Oh, that's what you say. Okay, sorry. I didn't understand that. And I don't believe you are superficial if you're able to ask questions in a deep conversation. It shows you can follow the subject. Also, the thing about making friends and connections is more a product of marketing and our media ecosystem than how people actually are. And last but not least, you have no idea, and most of us don't, the positive impact we might have had on someone else's life. 100%. So, I guess like what I preach is you need to be the beacon of light that other people are looking for, which means more responsibility. But I'm happy to take that, right? A brief encounter in the most boring and mundane situations might have meant the world to someone else. I mean, if you've ever been kind to an animal, your life has as much meaning as anyone's, and maybe more. These comments are kind of boring, not gonna lie. Yes, here we go. Okay, this is true. I'm gonna read this, and then If you have any questions, please ask me, or confrontations, please confront my ideas, because my girlfriend is coming over soon, and I am going to get off. I'm going to stop streaming for today. I had to do an early one because we're going out, and yeah, so I'd love to hear some of your questions. I'm deciding on whether to start streaming on Mondays. I always stream on Fridays, and I'm working on getting more content out regularly. So, yeah, I'm going to read this, shoot away, and then let's fucking do it. Let's do it. What is it? If you want to practice conversing with people, ChatGPT can help you. There is less anxiety talking, to ChatGPT, and it improves your articulation. Also, eliminate the I'm no fun and I'm boring mentality. This will hold you back. Learn to throw a bit of jokes every now and then too. Humor is a great way for people to remember you. Yeah, I agree. It's the only thing I can say about that. I will answer your question in 2 seconds. I just want to get this thought out of my head. Eliminate the I'm no fun and I'm boring mentality is useful. Like, I don't like to adopt frames that limit the way I think or react to situations. All right. How old am I? I'm 22. And do I play any instruments? I don't, unfortunately. I used to play the clarinet, which was fun, and I might buy another one, maybe. And other than that, I spin on the decks. I do a little bit of DJing. I like drum and bass. You play the violin and soon electric guitar. That's sick. Or, like, honestly, the one thing I kind of regret quitting music. Music is awesome. 100%. Play the violin. Many people might think it's cringe or embarrassing. Fuck them. Playing the violin and electric guitar, trust me, when you're older and you can still do it, the coolest thing ever. Do it. It's actually awesome. I'm going to bring this here. A little closer. I'm feeling. We have 2 views. Let's go. Dude, shorts are so weird. I might re-upload this because the 2 views is fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, man. Chuck a subscribe. You'll get a notification next Friday. But I'll be streaming next Friday. It might be a little bit later. Usually I stream in an hour and a half from now. So, it's because I have one of my homeboys in Italy. He watches. He's in Estonia today, or this week, so he's not here today, unfortunately. But yeah, come swing by next week. We'll have a chat. Let me know how your week goes. And yeah, I mean, shoot us a comment, or you can follow me on Instagram if you have any other questions. But yeah, other than that, awesome. Is your name Vahana? I guess I'll just address you as that. My name's Christian, if you couldn't see it, which I think you did. Bro, it's so cold here. Ah! Vihana. Nice to meet you. Lovely to meet you. Well, Vihana. Sorry. I'm gonna leave, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your 20 minutes on July 4th. Enjoy the fireworks, and I'll maybe see you next week. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, see you next time. Bye. I wanna go